Alright, well, g'day and welcome back. So, today we're doing a bit of an update on the Botanic Gardens and the works that I've done around it. So, to start things off, and this all relates to the gardens, I've started putting in a little bit of flower soil around my big existing tree here. And we've made ourselves a larger path to go up the top. And as you'll see here, we now have a stairway which goes up. So this comes in from right here, down the bottom in the main market square, and goes up right next to the tree here and directly underneath the walkway which heads over. Just ignore that tree experiment over there. So what I've done here is set up all of this area so that there's multiple ways to get in to the gardens themselves from the marketplace. So the resident who'll be down here, which will be the alchemist, he'll have a way to get to the gardens, as will I, and I'll be living over here, my residence. What we've done up the top here is I've planted a tree here as well, and I'm going to let that grow out, and a little bit of a garden. And this is kind of you know, providing a little entry in, and this is going to be my own private entry here to the Botanic Gardens. So this path will come along here, and I plan on having my own massive kind of forest in here, and there'll be a pathway of some description over to a second or third level here in my house, which is going to go pretty much all the way across here. I plan on it being an absolutely massive house, and I want to have a really massive forest. I want it to be just obnoxiously huge, my house. But at any rate, we've now got stairway coming up, and you'll see what I've done here is given it firefly lights, firefly lanterns, the same as I've given all the rest of the sections. And what I've done here is I've filled in this little section here, and we've planted a new tree here as well. This is all sort of dependent on whether I like this tree and whether it's going to stay or not. At this stage, I'd say I don't mind it because it's not completely obnoxious, and it's not kind of taking up all of the space, and I don't know, I'll have to see. It's not really sort of blocking any of the views or anything. And there are some other changes that have been made around the base, which I'll cover in an update video, which will be coming up next week. And the other thing what I noticed as well, we've got a set of stairs coming up to our flame shrine entry point here, and I've filled this in as well. I have half an idea that I may actually make a little bit of a walkway, very similar to what I've done on top of the Botanic Gardens, actually, coming around the top of this rock here, where you can kind of come over here and look out over here. I'm not really sure on that, but I mean, there's a possibility there. I'll see how I feel about it. Now, in terms of other changes over here, everything else is pretty much as was, so there's nothing else that's really changed over this side. I've still been waiting for a lot of these trees to kind of grow out, because they take an awful long time to grow out, even in fertilized farm soil. I think we still have scope to add possibly another 1 to 2 trees in here somewhere. One, and maybe one where I am here and another one here. I kind of want it to be really, really thick and really foresty. But I'm after trees that are sort of slender ones. And there is a Nomad Highland slender tree. But I need to kind of set my demo trees up over there, which is why I've done that, just to kind of have a look. I do really like this tree here, but I can't remember what one it was. And I obviously know what the Revelwood Redwood one is, because that's kind of easy to remember. So what I have done here as well is we've set up a new little seating area. What I've got to do, I'll bring a mat or a rug up here. And I planted a tree here, just in the normal earth. I don't mind if it slowly grows. I think what we'll do is kind of have this area here to have a bit of a look out, and I don't mind if there's a tree here. It kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. You know, I'm really digging the fact that all these trees are kind of growing into each other, and it's kind of really, really busy in here. I really like that. It makes it sort of almost like it's a completely different section of the town. And in terms of everything else in here, nothing else has changed. And everything that we did last time in terms of the updates here to the top section, if you weren't familiar with it, what I did is I planted it out in flower soil and planted a few little flowers here and there, and as you'll see, that allows for some views here and there to different vistas. And up here as well we've got view clear across to the ancient Spire of Springlands, and further on down that's probably the Cinder Vault that we can see all the way down the bottom there, I would imagine. So yeah, that's what we've done. That's the little extras we've done. Now I think this will probably finalize this now that it's, I mean, apart from doing this tiny little bit here, if I decide to do it, I think I will do it. I think it'll look pretty cool, because as with this section up here, I think it came out really, really well. It came out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I wasn't really sure on how it was going to come out, so I think I'll sort of widen this and make it around about as wide as the bit that I'm standing on here on this section here, and I'll plant this little top section out here as well with a few little plants and some flower soil and whatnot, and then we'll widen this bottom section here to around about this wide out as well. I was toying with the idea possibly of, because this section of rock here is here, toying with the idea of perhaps sort of adding an external stairwell down to it, but I really don't think the overall kind of vibe and the overall kind of look that I'm going for is really going to suit that. I don't think it's going to suit it at all. It would have been good, but I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's very busy here, and it's, you know, there's enough kind of happening down here in this marketplace as it is, and I want it to be just that, just a marketplace. And I think that, you know, as we've got it here with this sort of stairway at the entry here, I love these little things, the tarred shingle roof block dividers. They look so awesome. I think, you know, with this here, it's, you know, it's kind of hidden in that it's underneath the walkway, and it doesn't make it look too busy. And, you know, I made those tarred shingle roof block little handles, or, you know, railings along the pathway similar to this here, just so that it kind of matched up. Alright, so what we'll do is I'll keep you up to date for any further updates. I'll provide them in an update video, and I'll let you know how everything is progressing, and as I said, I'm going to do those progressively throughout the rest of the build. Right, well, that'll be it from us for this time around. Once again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time here on Glitch Gaming.